Greetings, Koopalings. Donnie Reese from PlaySomeVideoGames.com, and I'm here to tell you why I made the switch on Amiibo. Kotaku, and I think Polygon too, ran stories last week, kind of bringing to light the fact that there are a lot of people out there that are making or pirating Amiibo, largely due to demand and the fact that apparently you just can't find them, especially like the new Zelda Breath of the Wild ones, which are extremely rare. And in particular, in this article, they highlighted Amiibo cards. Amiibo's NFC technology apparently is really easy to duplicate. A video on YouTube that said you could do it basically with a $100 machine, and the little files that go into the little NFC chips are readily available on the internet, and you can just download them, you print them to your little card reader, you make your little cards even on little teeny pieces of plastic. Well, leave it to Nintendo fans to take that a step further, and they actually have created what I would call some very nice, high-quality alternatives to Amiibo. So upon hearing this news, when I was reading and talking with the staff, I kind of mentioned that I would prefer to have Amiibo, I think, in card form. Nintendo kind of did it with Animal Crossing, but, there really was no application to that. I should stop here. Whoa, let's take a break. If you love Amiibo and you love having the statues and you've built shelves and stuff to put them on display, this isn't for you. I'm not here to try and convince anybody that you should switch or do anything like that. I'm just saying for somebody like me, having the space, I had over 45 Amiibo. So freeing up that kind of space definitely made my wife happy, because now it's not taking up a shelf in our home. But also, for me and my kids, we're used to having cards. We have a pretty good Pokemon card collection. We have many decks and books and things like that. So we're used to having cards, and I like having cards, especially portable. With the portable nature of the Switch, having Amiibo that I could take with me sounded like an awesome idea. So I started doing some investigating. And that's what this video is for. I wanted to go and shoot a video and let everybody know that I did in fact buy some Amiibo cards. I only have the first two sets right now, but I do think this is probably a good contrast in terms of quality from how good one set can be to the other. And then as the new sets come in, if you follow us on Twitter at PSVG, or you follow me on Twitter at PlayinNintendo, I'll tweet some pictures as the other ones come in. They're coming from Japan and Korea. So first and foremost, if this is something you're thinking about getting into, do know that it's not super easy to find. I bought them from multiple different places. Your first stop should be Etsy. Etsy.com has tons of people available. Make sure you read the fine details. There are a lot of sellers there that are selling cards that don't work. Obviously, if you're listening to this video, that's not what you want. You want Amiibo cards that do work as the Amiibo. Also, eBay. I didn't enjoy the selection that eBay had to offer, but you can find some there. But I think Etsy's probably the best place to go to. There's some really good stores, especially in Europe. So I bought a couple cards from Europe that are being shipped over, and that's going to take, obviously, some time. So let's talk cost. First and foremost, cost and availability. If you are interested in buying these cards, chances are you either A, don't want to pay $12.99 for an Amiibo statue, or B, can't find the Amiibo statue you want to pay $12.99 for. In both those cases, these cards can help you. One of the cool things about these cards so far is that there are cards available for Amiibo that haven't even come out yet, like Skyward Sword Link and Fierce Deity Link, which I've already got, and they already work. So I already have the Fierce Deity Link sword and outfit and everything, and that's really cool. So for these super hard Amiibo, or even the Amiibo that haven't come out, like the Fire Emblem Amiibo that just dropped today or yesterday, I actually already have those. I had those ahead of time, so that is cool. So some Amiibo that are coming out in July here in America are already available. The cost is different from store to store, from site to site. So I'm not going to tell you exactly what I paid for each set of cards, because in some cases I negotiated with the eBay seller. So I don't want to tell them that, they're trying to sell their stuff. But I will mention that they're cheaper than the Amiibo themselves. But they're not like super cheap. So if you were thinking that you could get Amiibo cards for $1 or $2 a piece, No, they're a little more expensive than that. Typically, I found that they range between $4 and $8 each. There are some sellers that are even having success selling Amiibo cards up to $10, $12 each. I did save some money buying in bundles, buying in sets. If you shop in sets, typically if you buy more, you get less per each. And I found a nice sweet spot if I could get cards at $4 mark. Overall, I spent about $100 on all of my sets together. I bought a Zelda Breath of the Wild set, or just a Zelda set, really. It has a lot more than just those. I bought a Smash set for Mario Kart. I also got a Splatoon set, a Fire Emblem set. That's the one in Korea that I got off of eBay, and that one's going to take the longest time to get here, so it could be another month or so. And then I also got a Box Boy Amiibo card from Europe. So if you're listening to this and you're thinking to yourself, man, I'd like to do this too. I've got all these Amiibo that I've been collecting over the years. As I mentioned earlier, I had over 45. I think I had 48 or so. I had the Breath of the Wild set, and I had a lot of the ones from Smash and Kart, at least the ones that my kids and I wanted the most. And I sold them all on eBay in 3 days. If this is something you want to do, definitely there's still a market out there for these Amiibo, especially if you have the ones that people are looking for the most, like the Breath of the Wild set. And from what I understand, I did a lot of research, and do not take this by any means as any type of confirmation, but from what I understand from the articles I read regarding these folks that are pirating, these cards, I don't think there's really a whole lot that can be done about it. That was one of the questions I got on Twitter is, are you afraid that, like a patch or something comes and all of the Amiibo stop working? From what I understand, it's a very simple file, this NFC technology, and if they were to alter the file, it would probably make their own Amiibo stop working as well, because they really can't patch the firmware in the Amiibo or anything like that. So I don't think it's going to happen. I definitely don't think it's a market that's too big that Nintendo would even consider doing that. It's not like these things are readily available. As I mentioned before, I bought them in 4 different countries, so you have to do some digging if you want to try and go down this route. I also got questions on Twitter regarding piracy, and people are like, you shouldn't support this. These people are making money off of Nintendo, and I understand that. And people, this is a long-standing debate that goes back, with people dumping ROMs and playing games and things like that. And for me, at least, I can tell you that I bought all the Amiibo. I don't feel bad about Amiibo and buying the cards. Nintendo definitely got enough money for me, but in the cases of these other people, it's not their fault they can't buy them. So if they're not readily available, it doesn't really bother me. If anything, I hope maybe these things gain enough popularity to maybe change Nintendo's mind on making some cards. Because I think there's a good market here. If you could buy a Breath of the Wild card set for, I don't know, $20 and you get 5 cards, I think a lot of people do that. Because a lot of people, especially with Breath of the Wild, they want the functionality of the cards more than just, the statues themselves. Especially, with the success the Switch has, I'm seeing a lot of that. They want the armor sets. They want Epona. I never had, I got rid of the Smash Link Amiibo a long time ago because I didn't like it. And then lo and behold, you can only get Epona with that. So it was one of the benefits that I got from doing this. But enough of me talking about it. Let's show you the cards. Okay, so the first set I'm going to show you is the Zelda Breath of the Wild set. Now, this set came from Etsy.com, and if you go and search there, you'll be able to find them. The set was $30, $40, something like that for the set. I know I said I wasn't going to tell the price of each set, but this one, for instance, is a set price. I don't mind sharing that. The other set on eBay, as I mentioned, I negotiated, so I won't mention the price on that one. But this Etsy set is very nice. This is absolutely my favorite. The thing that I loved most when this set arrived pertains to the quality that you get with the set. So, first and foremost, I gotta stop saying first and foremost. With this set, the cards are PVC. So they're printed on this plastic material. You see it's glossy. It's very similar to your ID, especially if you have like a student ID or a workplace ID where they're self-printed. That's like the exact same thing here. So the beauty of it is that it has some weight to it, and it feels sturdy, and it feels durable, like it'll last forever. It's not, a laminated piece of paper. And if you really just want the Amiibo functionality and you don't care about the cards or any type of collectible, they sell blank pieces of paper with the NFC chip, and you can actually get those super cheap. You can buy like every Amiibo for like $5. It's just these blank little white pieces of paper. But the Amiibo card is on the Amiibo symbol on the back. The backs of each one are customized to that set. So these are the Breath of the Wild Zelda Amiibos. And then these are the Super Smash Brothers Zelda amiibos. Remember, this is a Zelda set. And then Twilight Princess, Wolf Link, 20 heart Wolf Link right here. And then the new ones, as I mentioned to you before, that are not even all the way out yet. So like Ocarina of Time, Skyward Sword, Toon Link's out, 8-bit Link is out, and then a Wind Waker Princess, and then Fierce Deity Link. I have confirmed that they all work, but just for the purposes of documentation here. All right, here we are, Breath of the Wild, and so we're set. I'm going to take Fierce Deity Link. Remember the amiibo place on the back. There you go. Now, I've already got all of his stuff, so I doubt, and it took forever. It's random drops even if you have the amiibo, so you can go through it a lot. So like I just got the Royal Claymore. I had to do it 20 or 30 times to unlock all the Fierce Deity stuff. But yeah, they all work, even the ones that haven't come out yet here in the States. So the stuff's all there. It's already in the game. You just have to wait for the amiibo to come out in July. Skyward Sword. There you go. It's great. And as I mentioned earlier, all of these, this entire set, let me show you what it looks like when you put them all together. This entire set actually fits in my case. So if you have one of these cases, it fits right there in the pocket. You just take them, slide them in there, and you carry them with you. And that made scanning for the Fierce Deity armor. And let's just go ahead and just to prove it, since you have no idea if I'm telling the truth. There you have it. We can do some I'm gonna freeze. There you have it. Fierce Deity Link. I have a second set. The second set was from eBay. If you search on eBay, you'll find these. They're very distinguishable. I ordered these. I won't say the price because it was a negotiated price. I don't want to do anything wrong by the seller. And I got these. Now, these are not the PVC quality. These are more like laminated pieces of paper. Now, these didn't cost that much, like per card. And you know, to be honest with you, when I bought them, I knew they weren't going to be like as high quality because I could just tell in the pictures. However, I was surprised when I got them. They are actually nice. There's some weight to them. You know, it feels like a top loader, so it feels like maybe like they did some cardstock, you know, put it in a sleeve and then laminate it. So it does feel like there's not a whole lot of bend to it. So you can't just like bend it in half. There's some resistance, so it's nice. It's not bad. But you know, the printing isn't like, you know, the best printing in the world. The artwork, you know, I think you could desire something better. You know, it's just, if you're comparing the two, I think one definitely kind of outshines the other in terms of quality. However, you know, this is a great alternative. I do like that they customized the back for every one of these. So that's Pac-Man, Wario, Link, the Mario set, Animal Crossing. They all work too. The amiibo chip is, so you can actually see it in the glare, but I don't think I can get it for the camera. There it is. See that circle? That is where the amiibo chip is. If we go to Mario Kart, go to amiibo. Now I've already unlocked most of them, so you'll see the little check marks here. But there were a few amiibo that I never had. For instance, I never had a Captain Falcon amiibo. I don't even know if I've ever even seen one in stores. But I haven't scanned this one in yet. So the last one that I was saving. So I'm going to take the amiibo, I'm going to put it on the chip, on the thumbstick, and there you go. So all in all, I'm holding about 50 amiibo in the palm of my hands. That's got to be very appealing to any like portable, mostly portable player. The quality definitely varies. It would have been nice to have bought, you know, an entire set that all looked the same. That would have been awesome if I could do that. But unfortunately for the Etsy seller who sells these PVC cards, you know, he's only doing the Zelda set right now. And I'm fine with it. Again, this wasn't meant to be a collector. I'm not really a collector when it comes to things like this. Like, I like having collector's edition stuff. You've probably seen it in the back, but I don't hang on to it forever. I eventually trade it in, sell it, get rid of it. You know, I don't feel the need to collect everything. But for the kids and I, we really like having these. One thing that I mentioned is on the Pro Controller, at least to my knowledge, I believe the amiibo is like, I always had to scan the amiibo in the middle, not over the thumbstick. So it's like somewhere in here. And that gets a little tricky with the amiibo, with the cards, because you kind of have to like do like this move and to get it lined up. So that's one thing that I have discovered. Although, I mean, if you just hover it, a lot of times it'll just like, it'll catch it. Yeah, that's it. I mean, the review, if you're asking my opinion, if you don't have amiibo and it's like a cost thing for you, I would suggest getting some cards. I would suggest, you know, paying close attention, buying good quality cards. Although, not to demean these, I've seen that if you do some research, there's definitely worse quality than this. This is a good card. It feels great. It feels like, you know, like a Pokemon card or like a baseball card, like, you know, card stock, durable card. I'm not worried about these at all. I just wish the printing was nicer. That's all. But, you know, they get the job done, and that's really what this is all about, just getting the job done, having access to more amiibo. And, yeah, I mean, like I said, I really enjoy them. I like having them. I hope that maybe stuff like this captures Nintendo's attention and makes them look into possibly doing more. I mean, they print so many cards already. They have a history of the card printing business. I would imagine that maybe something like this is coming, especially with the shortages. I mean, everybody knows that amiibo they're in demand and they're hard to find. I'm of the mind that if Nintendo made cards, people would still buy both. I don't think the cards would, you know, take over the amiibo business. The people that are buying amiibos that are, you know, super rare and hard to find, these are people that just, they want to collect the figures. They may not even have systems. They just like having the little Nintendo merchandise. I could see them still collecting cards as well, and then the people that need the amiibo functionality want something a little, you know, maybe not so something that takes such an investment. You could do that with a card pack. You know, you could get 10, 20 amiibo cards. They could even be random like packs you could go for. I mean, you can turn it into like a trading thing. That'd be great. So that is my review. Like I said, I've got other ones coming. My other ones are PVC based. Like once I got these, I really was like, these are the type of cards that I want. So I sought them out and paid extra for them. I mean, when I mean pay extra, like you can find cards like these at a certain price level, and then cards like these are going to run you $1 to maybe even $3 more per card. But after seeing these, I was like, oh, this is absolutely worth it. And like I said, I got 4 sets. I got the Zelda set, I got the Smash set, I have a Fire Emblem set, which is all of the Fire Emblem amiibo, including the ones that haven't come yet, and Almond Celica, who just dropped. And then a Splatoon set, including the new ones, and Box Boy, an individual Box Boy. Most of them on Etsy, and all in all, I think I got them all for less than $100, probably not including shipping. So, you know, that's 50 amiibo or something like that you can get for $100, which sure beats if you bought them all at $12.99 each. So, I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Come visit us at the website, playsomevideogames.com. Make sure you follow us and me on Twitter at PSVG and at PlayinNintendo. See you, folks.